Cost you a quaver to book me. Worth it. The proof's in the pudding. Yeah. Morning. What both ways? Man, you can't keep Don away from the YouTube and make the YouTubers stop. Can't have it both ways. It won't shake both ways. It can't shake both ways. It won't. I woke up at 5:30. Stomach was hurting. Couldn't sleep. Woke up at 5:30. Ziggy had 1,000 people over there already. They've been going all night. I don't know how. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Thank you, kitty, for your gift yesterday. That was pretty amazing. It's very amazing, actually. Very amazing, the gift that Kitty gave me. Kitty also wanted me to thank Joe Biden for... Just kidding. I've been up since 6 a.m. I've been up, well, I got up, saw what the hell was going on over there, and was like, man, let me smoke a little piece or something and go back to sleep, man, because I can't even listen to all this bullshit. I jumped in there and was like, damn, you guys are fucking burning the midnight oil. They're like, we're insomniacs. I said, yeah, you are. By virtue of chemical enhancement, everyone can be an insomniac. So, I'm a honcho. It cost you a quavo to book me. I'm worth it. The proof's in the pudding. What do we think about the statement that the Wells put out? I don't know why Ziggy brings you up on every live she has. Does she have a crush on you? Clearly. So what happened was I reached out. I found out who Ziggy's ex-boyfriend is that she lives with there. And I asked him to come on the panel. And he said he definitely will come on a panel, but after she leaves his house. Because he's afraid she's going to tear his house up leaving. So he's like, definitely, I'll come on the panel after she's gone. Because he's like, I don't want her to get in any trouble. But if I go on the line before she's gone, then she's going to tear my shit up. They're more than insomniacs, absolutely. Like emergency is emergency, right? Like it means like right now, right? So let's collect this money right now for Ziggy's emergency, but watch the effect, right? What was the cause? The big fundraiser online for Ziggy's rent. What should have been the effect? Ziggy getting her big ass to somewhere that's not where she's at now, right? So we're gonna have him come on and talk about how all of this is a scam, right? He's just done with her, right? It was what I said it was. He's pissed. She fucked around online. It don't have, she says that it's something about him being controlling. That don't have nothing to do with it. He doesn't want all these dumbass YouTubers with his address. And he told her that was the deal. He told her that if anyone found out about the address and where they lived, she had to stop doing the YouTube. But she won't stop. So he's asked her to leave. And she's just a dragging her fucking feet, ain't she? Oh boy. Ay, chingao. So, morning cat eyes. So, still a little bit upset with Aussie Insider, right? Like, mind your fucking business. My family ain't your business. Just because you don't have enough of your own business doesn't mean you need to worry about my overflow, right? Aussie Insider, mind your fucking business, right? You need to quit this shit. I'm so sincere. You bet not contact my wife again. She knows now. Oh. So you fucking bitch, you stay away. I didn't do what you did. I could start reaching out to your son and your daughter. All your people that I have, that you put me in contact with, man, I'm not going to do that. They don't have nothing to do with none of this. Neither does my wife, Aussie. So you leave her the fuck alone, right? Leave her the fuck alone. So, Benny went hard for a couple of days about this call from Jenna, right? This call from Jenna. Well, you can just sort of hear the crabs screaming when you throw them in the water, right? You can just hear it, right? So we threw some folks in boiling water. We put some people in the boiling water. Man, they're screaming like crabs, right? Holy cow! So I see Ernie Shell put me online last night on his funky booty little channel he's got. 5 people watched it. Let me tell you what about you, Mr. Shell. Mr. Shell, you know you went on that lady's computer and used her computer while you were over at her house, leaning on her for a place to stay, right? You know you left all of your accounts open on her computer, right on down to your Grindr gay for pay. See, what's really interesting about Ernie is you'll find a lot of women that will allow Ernie to lean on them. But Ernie never has sex with any of them. Not one. Yes, he does have a Grindr gay for pay. It's even got some videos on it. So that'll be interesting. If there's a way we can bring all that to the tube. Fucking Ernie. About like all these other losers. You go down through their channel, they don't get no views on nothing until they put my name in some shit. Put my name in some shit, oh boy, they're big ballin'. Big ballin', right? Like even the real Chaz or whatever his name is. Like, dude, you ever really got no views since the last time you did a video about me, bro? You've been in the 400s. You better get you another video out about Benny so you can get you some 2 and 3Ks again, man. Get you some thousands, bro. You understand me? Only way you can work with the Ks is if you play with Benny K. Oh, shit. Yeah. Ziggy's on the ice diet. Oh. The many faces, right? Like, anyways. So, the people sent me the link, right? The people sent me the link to the Wells bullshit they put out yesterday, right? Somebody sent me a link. I flicked that bitch on, and let me tell you what. I saw what it was. I didn't even watch that bullshit. The fuck? Man, fuck all that, man. I don't want to watch it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to watch it. I'm going to have to read all that horse shit they put out on that fucking channel yesterday. Because that horse shit is going to try to find... I'm on one this morning, right? That horse shit that they put out, let me tell you what it's going to do. I don't know. But I'm assuming that it's different than the story that I told y'all, which was actually the story that was told to me. Oh man, I hope like hell. I hope like hell that fucking statement don't refute anything y'all told me to say. Man, come on, man. That's a little bit it's a little bit crazy, right? I mean, I don't know. She need to take some NyQuil. Man, she needs to take some Xanax. Whatever she's putting on the high side, keeping her up there way too long. She needs a little something to bring her down around fucking ozone. She's playing in Saturn all night. Oh, shit, man. Unbelievable. All right, so the issue with the call from Ziggy, she wishes it was from her. The issue with the call is that it came from Jenna, right? Like, you put Jenna's name on a fucking jug of new milk and it goes sour, right? Like, anything you attach Jenna's name to, it goes sour quick. So she's sour, right? Jenna's saying, oh, no, I didn't call them at the show. I called them while they were at the hotel. Well, Jenna, man, you done came out here and lied so many motherfucking me times. Let me tell you what, Scott Rouse came in my comments and he told me about the situation. Jenna, it ain't like you said and it ain't like they said either. It's somewhere in between. I'm sure that the answer is probably in that bullshit they put on that channel yesterday, man, but I'm having a hard time making myself rush to the motherfucker this morning, right? A real hard time. Let me tell you what, man. This whole thing is really just testing my faith, right? It's testing my faith because you start getting in around your fucking neck and then these things keep happening and you feel like you're being used, right? Like they're using you to do shit that they don't want Scam and Scally doing. I don't get it. Asked me to come on and shut up Tiffany Marie. Asked me to come on and shut up Doug. Shut up Prayer Garden. Shut up all these people. Why don't you ask Scam and Scally to shut up some of these people? Let me tell you what, man. Scam and Scally, they're going around telling folks, well, telling folks they're working the case in Utah. Right? Who are? Working the case in Utah. For what? You ain't even working the case around you right. Gonna fuck up something in Utah? You motherfuckers are the worst. Well, I say fuck you to both of y'all on the Sabbath. Fuck you both on the Sabbath. So, this bullshit about this call, it keeps fucking changing, right? First of all, let me tell you this. You can't get none of them motherfuckers on the YouTube to even talk about this case. Evil exists. Man, I don't even know who or what you are. If you are a robot that reads shit, I don't even know what the fuck you are. But let me tell you what. For you to come on here and say that Hunter's... look at Hunter's dad. Hunter's dad, he doesn't make good decisions consistently. He had a child with Allie. Come on now. So now, you reach out to this man who's hiding in New York, who doesn't even know where the fuck his own son is, keeps telling you he thinks he got some shit back and he thinks this and he thinks that. Then at the end, you had the audacity to say that this fucking simpleton, Hunter's dad, got told by the fucking police it's gonna be warrants coming out next week. Boy, if you don't shut your simple ass up before somebody light a matchstick underneath your bitch ass, boy. Shut your bitch ass up. Why the fuck would they tell your derelict ass? Boy, you ain't even got no connection to the case. You don't even have your son. Your son is somewhere else. But you got the insider track. You thought you'd give it to Evil Exists, and Evil Exists thought for it just, I think Evil Exists still thinks there's gonna be some orange coming out next week. Boy, if you don't get your shit together, boy, your picker is fixed. Your picker is fixed. Move on. Boy, fuck you mean. There's gonna be warrants coming out next week. Boy, you know how fucking stupid you sound, boy? Man, shit, shut your bitch ass up. Boy. Man, I'm trying to tell you. You got life in the game fucked up. In real life. Shit. So, shit tested my faith, man. It shit tested my faith like being locked up and having somebody come to you and say, hey man, look at my paperwork, I just came back from court. And you look at that paperwork and you're like, oh shit. You say it inside your own mind, you're like, damn, homie is out of there. Like he doesn't even get it, right? Like he doesn't even know what he just went to court and stood in front of them people and they said to him and they handed us paper, he signed off on the shit. He don't even know what's getting ready to happen to him. He's coming over here asking me, and I don't even want to be the one to tell him either, because I got to live around this man, and if he cuts up because he feels like the county jail is as free as he'll ever be again, boy, they about to cut up, boy. You understand me? They about to cut up, man. Cut the fuck up. Poke on shit, everything, right? So, when I seen that shit from Evil Exist, it was like, man, I don't even subscribe to them anyways, because a lot of the shit they put out is bullshit. But I felt like, I'm like, man, how do you come back from that, sir? Like, how do you, like next Friday, next Saturday, when there ain't no fucking arrest, you blame that shit on Hunter's dad, right? Oh, I didn't say it, Hunter's dad said it. He's the fucking dumb one. Well, initially, you're the dumb one for putting him on when he looks smart. See, this is the deal. Only a smart person can play dumb. A dumb person can't play smart. Who I? Shit. So, I mean, I could play dummy. Why? So, Jenna, I think I figured it out. Jenna, I think that she was still tight enough with the Wells to where when she made that whole ass call, that bullshit ass call, she made that bullshit ass call and she thought she was gonna make it on the fucking air with that shit. She thought they were gonna put her face online on Dr. Phil's. And it didn't happen. And when it didn't happen, that's when you see that breakdown between Candace and Jenna, right? Jenna didn't get on that show. Like, I don't know, maybe she was promised to be on that show, right? But I'll tell you what, them folks knew. Them folks that look after the Wells, man, they knew that bitch was in the mix. Right? Like when you make food and you come around, it's already being made, you're like, oh, what'd you put in it? Somebody put Jenna in that shit and didn't tell you. Right? They put Jenna in the shit. Right? Like them fools could have told me at any time Jenna made that call. They didn't want me to know that. I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. Right? Like, man. What I see it is it's a competition between me and Scam. I didn't even know me and Scam were in a competition. But clearly, he's in a competition with me. See, it must be really easy to outrun somebody who doesn't know you're racing. When you gonna outrun me, bro? See, Scam was pissed because he put out a video about the call. See, he knew about the call same as I did. He started to put out a video, and they told him, don't do that. And he listened. 3 days later, I didn't know about none of this. 3 days later, I put my video out. They asked me to bring it private. I said, for what? I never made it private. After my shit came out, then Cam was like, well, fuck it, Vinny did it. I'm about to do it too. So he brought it out and he tried to explain it in his real simpleton way. You don't get no fucking context. You don't get none of that from that, right? Like, them fools just come on and they tell people really Scam and Scally are running the cult. You mix in a little Jesus with all this other bullshit you got going online, and you make them fuckers close their eyes and follow you around blindly. Well, you got life in the game fucked up too, partner. Man, look here. Then there's some paranormal experience guy who's on his way out of YouTube, made a video about me the other day. I'm the only video he got. It's me and a couple few other people. Boy, let me address you real quick, boy. Why? I can't even speak to you, boy. You're a baby raper, boy. You want to be cute in the butt online and shit, but if I seen you in real life, boy, you make sure you pull that hat real low, boy, because I'll run you down through there, boy. So yeah, you're a child sex offender. You ain't even supposed to be online. Ever. Well, these sorry motherfuckers, and let me tell you what. Before this shit goes too far, about some bullshit with some fucking Netflix shit and me and the Wells, I got them a Netflix deal. Well, how the fuck do you call Netflix and tell them about a story involving somebody else? It don't even involve you, but it involves some other people with a case that ain't through yet. Like, who the fuck do you call to ask somebody, hey, I want to tell you about a story. It's not done yet, and it doesn't involve me. But I want you guys to bring your whole fucking production company out and make a documentary about it. I don't have that power. You know I don't have that power. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Man, that shit is wild. That shit is real conspiracy filled. Like, I don't want nothing to do with no fucking Netflix. Period. I don't want nothing to do with no fucking WJHL when they put me on the news while calling there and raise hell. Man, take me off the fucking news. And at this point, I believe they'll continue to put me on the news here and there just because I don't want to be on the fucking news. Man, don't put me on your hillbilly ass news station, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You can keep all of that. That ain't no accolade for me to pop up on the news during this shit show. Right? I see Scam and Scally out there just fucking walking it down like it's a red carpet. Like, man, what the fuck? Boy, you wild now outside, boy. Shit. Fuck you, man. You want to be on the news for this shit, but you ain't even doing nothing. Fucking you coordinate people. You ain't doing shit. Ain't got no follow through with this shit. Them fools call their biggest accolade finding a 17-year-old girl in Tennessee that was a couple hollers over. She wanted to run away from her mom and do dope with her boyfriend and shit. These fools played like they found her and shit, and she comes on Scam and Scallies and she's like, man, don't none of y'all call my folks. I want to be out here. I don't fuck with my T lady like that. I don't fuck with my T Jones, man. I don't want to be at her house. I'm old enough to be away. Like, don't call the people and tell them where I'm at. That's that shit that happened over there. So then you got to ask yourself, like, what do you do? Right? Did they go ahead and not call? Like the girl told them to? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Right? Man, hit the thumbs up, man. I don't ask y'all for shit. For real, man. Utah, fuck kind of business you got in Utah? You ain't got no business in Utah. You ain't got no business telling people that you're working a case in Utah. You never thought that I would even find out you were telling people you're working a case in Utah, right? And y'all are fucking frauds, all of y'all. Hell yeah. You can thank Benny Keys. You can thank Benny Keys for seeing, man, where'd my bitch ass lighter go? You can thank Benny Keys for seeing Tiffany Marie's face every day now, huh? I've done that. I've done that. I've done that. The way Tiffany Marie doxes people online. Man, real shit, check this out. Catch this. If y'all want her landline phone number, the one that she can't ignore, the one she has to answer or it keeps ringing, man, if you wanna ask Tiffany Marie how her fucking Thanksgiving was, man, email me and I'll share her contact with you, man. She wants everybody to reach out to her and tell her ask her how great her fucking Thanksgiving was, and you all to reach out. She's taking a poll today. Yeah. So I'll give you her contact info when I touch down here. Just go ahead and make yourself a text now number. When I pass that off to you, then you can just call from that number, and it's a landline number. It's the one they call about your extended vehicle warranty. It's the one the cable company keep calling 20 times a day, trying to get you to upgrade to the high-speed 5G. You understand me? Man, but anyways, you ever just been in a movie, watching a movie? You ever just been watching a movie and you're like, damn, man, like, I do this shit all the time. I will come in from being outside. My wife will be watching a movie, or whoever will be watching a movie, and you sit down and you're like, you can figure out what's going on real quick, right? You're like, oh, yeah. You can see the setups, right? You can see them. This shit ain't no different. I'm watching this shit like I'm watching this shit on TV, right? And you start to see, anyways I do, I start to see how it starts to look like you can guess how this shit ends, right? I'm going over the Trinity River. Boy, that Trinity River, boy. In between Irving and Dallas, boy, that Trinity River is fucked up. Anyways, you walk in and you plop down and you're like 2/3 of the way through the movie, and you can why do I have a can hanging? I don't. It's an air freshener, but it's the Triple D. That's the logo for Dallas, Triple D. See the 3 Ds? They call it Triple D. So you plop down and you're 2/3 way through the shit, and you're like, oh man, I can see how it ends. I think I can see how this ends. I can't tell you who's in the movie. I haven't just sat down and figured that part out yet. You could guess who would be in that movie, but anybody else get the feeling you feel like you know how this shit is already going to end? Strange. It's like it's like there's like 2 or 3 alternate endings to this thing. But Griff, big Griff, the real Griff. This man, he keeps saying she's alive. She's alive. And at first I was like, man, like you got to be able to think deeper than just your own bias, and then what could physically be possible, right? And you say, man, I said, nah, Griff, she, you think so? He said, man, let me explain it to you. He said, man, look here. Don't you know that once you take the breath away forever, you got to put it somewhere. And when you put that somewhere, man, it starts to change, and it starts to stink, and it starts to do different shit, bring animals, and, you know, it just starts to bring activity that, you know, that activity, you know, bird, you know, just a lot of activities. He said, but man, when she's alive, you ain't gotta hide it, right? It's much easier to hide something that's alive because it doesn't stink, right? You don't have to worry about where you put it being found and having to go back and try to move, you know, pick it up and move it somewhere. Like, so when you think in terms of that, like, very possible, very possible, very, very, very possible. But just as possible as that is, could just say that she's been put somewhere that no one's been across, or, you know, no one probably will come across, right? So you have some pretty good logical endings for the way this thing could end. The issue is not trying to figure out who the characters in the movie are, but try to figure out the end that concerns the little girl, right? I mean, clearly YouTube has lost its thrust. It's lost its gusto because they don't have anything. Don's not popping out, and he's not gonna be out anymore. So essentially what happens is the last remnants of Don is running on fumes right now, right? We're still talking about the last time the elusive Don, you know, made it a fucking appearance, right? So it's been a while since he's made an appearance, and you see that it's just twizzling off, right? See, nobody else has anything to make content about, and it sucks that it's called content, because what I like to call it is awareness, right? You can make somebody aware of, you know, you can make someone aware of a scammer online, or you can make someone aware of a serial doxer who only doxes victims. Let me run that past you real quick. Online, no one will ever, ever, ever tell Tiffany Marie or the rest of them, don't you know you're doxing the Wells every time you put their kids and their fucking address online? You dox Jody Sue every time by saying, oh, she's on 125 Ben Hill Road. Like, you dox all these people. And you think it's okay to dox these people because they're victims of a crime. So you remove all of their rights as victims, and you're like, oh, fuck it. No, Benny can't dox Tiffany Marie because Tiffany Marie hasn't been made a victim of anything yet. But Tiffany Marie can dox Candace and Wyatt and Josie and Waylon, all of them. Because Tiffany is the dox master. She creates the fucking rules, right? She can change them as she goes. She can, you know, mildly to moderately to highly affect the way that we all look at all this stuff. Man, let me tell you what. I told Tiffany Marie, I said, Tiffany, you would hate it if you woke up in the morning and your baby in your face in your apartment. So let me tell you what, I put her people's house out, right? Fuck them too. Care about nobody. I don't actually give a fuck about nobody connected to Tiffany Marie. Tiffany Marie lives in a fucking apartment. She lives in a fucking, like a 8-plex, right? Like an old rundown looking 8-plex too. So, you know, and that's, you know, I'm not here to tell you about how nasty or old or decrepit her building looks like, because it's not like a new modern, it's not like a new modern apartment situation. It's like an old house they turned into apartments, but it's archaic looking. But so we have these people that create the doxing rules as they go, right? Oh, poor Ziggy, she's all upset that Benny doxed her. She's even going so far as to say Benny doxed her daughter. Man, guess what? It's all public information. Ziggy didn't like her face popping up online. Neither did Tiffany. That's why they both show it now. They've been running, you know, Tiffany been running her show, her shit show for a long time without putting her face out there. Oh shit. Benny calls her on 80 different numbers wishing her Thanksgiving, and now she ain't got a choice but put her face out there. Ooh wee. You look at these voices you've heard, and these voices, they don't even look like they match up to these ugly faces we see now. It's almost like the voices are interchangeable. Like you could take Tiffany's picture and put it on Ziggy's voice, and it wouldn't make a fucking a bean hills difference. Oh fuck! Ziggy did a 10-hour and 52-minute stream yesterday. Holy shit! Like Ziggy can't do anything for 10 hours straight except for YouTube. Man. I hate that for you and your daughter, Ziggy. So, back to the call. So, the information about the call, man, it's in this strange fucking reality, right? It's in a time capsule because, you know, we didn't know about any of this shit about the call or what happened at Dr. Philly's. None of that, right? We didn't see or get to any of that until 6 weeks later, right? Then everything that happened 6 weeks prior to that is now big news. It's big stuff, right? It's big stuff. So what I don't prefer is when I'm told, oh, Benny, I'd like to tell you something, but contractually we're under an agreement. And then 2 days later, you put out a statement talking about all that shit. Like, quit playing with me, man. Don't play with me no more, bro. You know who you are. Don't play with me. Come on now. Quit playing. Don't do that whole ass shit to me. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it at all. Right? Because I'm real close to just leaving y'all stuck with it. I mean, you're past it now anyways, right? You're past the point where you even need my help anymore, right? Hoo-ah. You're past needing my help. So you fucking do me dirty on the way out. Man, I expected that shit. I really did. I expected you to do me dirty on the way out. Hell yeah, what the fuck you need me for? What do you need me for anymore? I've done all your dirty work for you. All of it. All of it. Anytime Mary pops up, Benny, Mary's popping up. Jeannie's popping up, Benny. Some bullshit, man. Right? Just like Killer Look said. Man, expect the unexpected. Expect for this thing to turn out in a way you completely expected it to. Ooh-ah. Man, it haven't been all of us. Like, I've just been keeping my mouth shut. And that's where this shit fucks with my faith, right? I got several faiths that I operate on. One of those faiths is that mankind has civilized justice system, right? And the most very important derivative of all of that is innocence before guilt. But man, this shit makes you look at life a certain kind of way. Like, man, who's really the fool? The person that believes in due process and then is wrong at the end, or the person that's like, fuck due process, I can see this looks squirrely right now, I don't have to wait to the end. Like, what is it? Right? I mean, in order to survive in places I've been, man, you gotta hold out hope. You gotta hold out hope that at the end, it is what them people say it is, right? Not because that's what the movies tell you, but because them folks say, them judges and all the lawyers and the jury, like, they take great care in making sure that it's as clean a process as it could be. As clean as it could be. Right? But we know, look at all the shit on the TV, man. Justice is not clean. Justice leaves gaping wounds. Right? The ideal of justice is to be a precision instrument. A precision instrument that doesn't leave any ragged edges, no infection. Like, it's swift, it happens, it's done, and it's right. That was the dream, that was the concept. That was the design. But then as certain things become more prudent, like social media, you start to see a flare up in the way that justice handles people's cases, right? Is it we have more false convictions now, or is it because now we have new technology, we can identify who've been fucked over by false confessions, bad convictions, corrupt judges, filthy fucking juries, all of this shit, right? Like, you look at, for instance, look at Brendan Dassey's case, Stephen Avery's case up there in Wisconsin. Man, the fucking DA, he was greasy, strung out on pills, trying to sex victims, right? Like, if he's trying to sex up victims, do we think he didn't make any fucking clerical or known or unknown errors in someone's life sentence? Oh no. Just the only unethical part was that he was taking pills and hollering at girls that were victims in cases he's covering, re-victimizing them, right? So it's never a situation where you're like, oh, go back, right? He's a really bad guy, right? Go back, right? Make it, fix it. No, they didn't fix none of that shit. That man should got a new trial immediately. As soon as they found out that prosecutor was fucking around with them pills and messing with them ladies and shit, man, they should have. I mean, that unethical behavior doesn't just stop at taking pills and messing with victims as sexual objects on your phone. What it also has to do with is your errors in the way you maneuver handling of criminal cases as well, right? It's not that you just would step over your wife and all of your family stuff to try to have a relationship with a woman that came to you as a victim, right? So we see all these unethical treatments and all of these unethical situations that pop up inside of our beloved due process, right? Our beloved due process, right? Does anybody know what exculpatory evidence is, or inculpatory? Inculpatory is evidence that goes in favor of the prosecutor, the state. Exculpatory evidence goes in favor of the defendant. So more and more and more, you're getting these, I don't even know what you call it, misallocations of exculpatory evidence, right? It is evidence that will free or, help someone retain a new trial, get a new trial, mistrial, right? These people, exculpatory evidence ain't nothing anymore. It's nothing, right? Like, you could damn near assume that just about every single piece of trials that happen, high profile trials that happen these days, there's some issue in them. I mean, every single one. Look at Scott Peterson. I mean, they cannot close up these cases swiftly and clean when they're all over the internet. You just cannot do it. You have too many people adding something to or trying to pull something away. And then you get these, like what happens is, and it's a phenomenon, families of victims will go online. What we've seen from Don isn't necessarily new. Some of the content Don was involved in was new, but the idea of family going to the YouTube for support or awareness is, it's not a new thing, right? But what is a new thing is the detriment that the social media plays on these cases. If you think that social media plays no part in these cases, then don't look up all of the cases where YouTube footage has been subpoenaed. Don't do that, because that would be case in point that would let you know that, yes, they do subpoena content creators bullshit on here when they're too heavily involved, right? They end up putting shit here that is inculpatory or exculpatory evidence. They put it here, and then the judges gotta, after we've all seen it, it's been here forever. Once the trial rolls around, they're like, oh shoot, Madonna put out fucking inculpatory evidence, or it's just bad. All of these things, justice should happen in a vacuum, right? Why do we have why do we even have a thing called jury sequestering? Why sequester juries? Why? Because as soon as they're done with their fucking jury service for the day, they go back to the room, they call their folks, they get online, they get to seeing, like, it happens. Don't sit here and fool yourself into thinking that people, like, when they're on jury duty, their phone's tapped and they can see everything. Like, they can't. They just ask you to do the good guy, the buddy system, right? Please don't look at anything online when you're doing this. Please don't talk to anyone about the case. Man, what the fuck? They do it. Every single day they get off, they call and they update their people about what's going on with the trial. I mean, you look at Don. Don ain't supposed to be mentioning them boys online, but he does, right? So it's impossible, even with things like gag orders in place. Gag orders are extra help in sequestering information in talk that we don't want to go public, right? Why don't we want them to go public? Well, because when people start putting words in the mouth of children without hearing the children say it, it becomes a very, very, very dangerous situation. Let's assume another case, but let's assume a child knows something about something going wrong with their sister and the sister disappearing. You can't have that over here being played with on the internet. You absolutely cannot have that over here being played with on the internet. No one needs to be speaking about really any of this shit now, right? It's just a bunch of YouTubers trying to compete with Dr. Phil. Let me tell you what, Dr. Phil wins every time. Every time. Every time. They're saying foster mother is spreading info that needs to be checked out by the court. There you go. See, it's more than one way to skin a cat. It's 6 million ways to skin a cat, right? We know that. So it doesn't always come from the front. It can come from the side or the back or on top or underneath. Like, this shit is gonna come from somewhere, man. No, I didn't put a cigarette out. I'm holding two different things. I got my CBD and my cigarette. So, what's the worst drug known to man? Fame. There's too much fame to be had here. There's too much fame for people that can come in with little or no or bad or wrong information and make a name for themselves momentarily. And all it is to feel like it ends up after a while being a pressure you don't even want anymore, right? Like, I don't really prefer my email blowing up all times of the night, all day long. Texts, calls, messages, bing, ding, ding, ring. I got every sound going on that my phone will make from every single different direction. And that's more a testament of being involved in a situation, but also would look very similar to someone that wanted 15 minutes of fame. Man, who wants 15 minutes of fame here? Does anybody want any fucking fame from here? A bunch of sodomites, alcoholics, and junkies, and adulterers, and fucking just moronic people? Is this where you want your fame from? I sure as fuck don't want any accolades from here. Guess what? The most successful accolade that you could get from the YouTube is probably coming from the most fucked up person that you could get it from. Like somehow, somewhere, people were like, "Oh, if Madonna comes on my channel, I'm in the big leagues now." Yeah, you're in the big leagues now. Oh boy, the real big leagues, right? Or if you hear people saying shit like, I can't do this, it'll put a strike on my page. Fuck you worried about? You're worried about interrupting that money that you get from being on this thing here, right? Man, these people will act a fool, get a strike, get their page fucked off, and then come on here and beg and scream and plea, and then beg and scream and plea, and then disrespect you, all this other shit. They can't, like, look at my titles, man. I don't put that little girl's shit in my, her name in my shit. For what? I don't need that little girl's name to come over here and have y'all talk with me. Y'all are gonna come over here and talk to me any damn ways. Right? So I don't need to put her name there. Right? Because what happens is you guys don't never know by my title what's gonna pop up that day. So you better get in there and check it out. These other folks, they gotta put Summer's name in it, because when they don't put Summer's name in it, oh man, look at the total failure of views they get, right? So they have to put Summer's name in it in order to get the people waiting for the live, and the people to, you know, make reminders and be there, you know, 12 hours early. And like, I don't do none of that shit. I just start live and I just talk with the people who are there. But make no mistake, they're going to come either way. Whether they like you or not, they're going to come. That's what I was saying about that shit yesterday. I was talking about them creating a, you know, a siphon, directing traffic to a site that you could start to look at the algorithm and the analytics of who is looking at the site, right? On the back end. These people don't really want to help, man. They don't really want to help. These YouTubers, they don't want to help. They don't start no notes. They don't put together nothing. I mean, it is all just fly by the seat of their pants lives that are, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours long. And then what happens in those things is that they're so fucking long, people can't even really, it takes a long time. Like if you want to troll Ziggy, boy, it takes a long time to go through all of her shit to find the points that you could troll. Same with Tiffany Marie and all these other people. Like, I don't have time to listen to their fucking voice one time, let alone over and over and over to make a video about them. Like, man, quit that shit. Ziggy is horrible for clickbait. She is. And this is what happens. She messes with a bunch of people that are fucking idiots. So when they get over and they see the clickbait and they're like, oh, it's clickbait. And then like 3 seconds later, like Rain Man, they forget what the fuck they're talking about. And all the people in there are like, oh, well, shit, I'm already here. I might as well just stay. I might as well make breakfast and get coffee ready and set the table and put the phone right down and nourish our bodies. Listen to that bullshit come out of that bitch mouth. Man, fuck that shit. This shit is so dumb. You know what? I'm praying. You know what I pray for now? I pray for the day I wake up and God has relieved me of the obsession of YouTube. Man, I pray that he relieve me of the obsession of narcotics and alcohol and anything that I don't do in my life now that I wish to stop doing. You don't have to, all you have to do is pray to Jesus to relieve you of the obsession of drinking, of anything that's a detriment and an ailment to your life. Anything that makes your life seem broken to you or to other people. You pray to your Lord and Savior that he relieve you of the obsession and the behaviors associated with that. Right? Pray to Jesus to remove the obsession of alcohol, drugs, pornography, adulterous behavior, bullying, being nasty, like all of these things. When we do it repetitively every day of our lives, in their negative things, we need to pray, because these are obsessions. We are here for this little girl, but this little girl has become some sort of spiritual idolatry. We pray to this little girl. We go to sleep thinking about this little girl, wake up thinking about this little girl. At what point do we put our Jesus back in front of Summer Wells? Because you can't pray for Summer Wells. And you can, but you pray Jesus first, and then Jesus will allocate what he needs to Summer Wells. Like, that's the way that works, right? So share is not, I wouldn't say share is necessarily, you got a pew pew, lean on me. Share isn't attacking the church. That's not how I see it. At least not now, not yet, or whatever. Maybe she never will. But what I will say is that there are people out there that are essentially asking the Wells to denounce Seventh-day Adventists and then start talking. That's anti-Semitic. You do not use, you do not hold people's religion over top of them. It's just not what you do, right? There's other intelligent ways that you could sneak in and get the same bountiful fruit, but you don't got to rough somebody up in the front to get it. Hoo-ah. It's just like all these channels that want to call Don all these nasty things, forgetting that when you say these nasty things to him, you completely remove your ability to talk to him personally, right? See, these people are more worried about getting their opinion out about the Wells family than getting the real opinion out. Hoorah? Hoorah. They rather tell you what they think about Don while they're screaming him and chastising him and disrespecting him, and then wondering why he won't give a retort, a rebuttal, a response, render his opinion back. Because you yapped at your phone so like, look at people that aren't on YouTube and don't understand the complexities of this shit. Man, they look at you yelling at this fucking box and they're like, look at this bitch here yelling at this fucking box. This bitch ain't got no sense yelling at this box. See, everybody's stuck on how many views it gets. Ziggy was like, Benny, in the lab was like, Benny, nobody even watches you. And I'm like, well, if you know exactly what happened in my video, and my video was about you, for you, the only person I needed to see it was the one who told me they saw it. I don't need 10,000 other people to see it. I just need the ones I make it for to see. That's what that's about. Josh, so if you tell me nobody watches that shit, but it's got your name in it, and then you come back and tell me what happened in the video, you're the only one I wanted to see it, homeboy. The other 7,000 people, that's extra. I just wanted you to see it. I don't make videos for tens of thousands or hundreds of people. I make these videos for the person I put on the fucking title, man. You understand me? I make it for them. And when they come back and say they seen it, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. Hey, Jenna. You want to know how Jenna's full of shit? Because if Jenna had anything cooking with the police about me like she said she did, they tell her stop fucking with me. That's what the police say when you go and you turn somebody in. They explicitly tell you, don't have any more contact with this person. But when you keep on having contact with me, man, the police ain't no police. Let me say that. These people just scare you with some police shit because they know I've had enough police shit behind this YouTube. These police ain't worried about what the fuck I'm doing here. If they were worried about what I was doing here, they would come the day you called. They would come the day you called. She's been threatening cops on everybody. I know. She is obsessed with me. I see why. I mean, damn. Ugly men need women too. Shit, and ugly women need ugly men. You understand me? Like, it has to be a paradox for Jenna because she looks at me and she's like, damn, he's so handsome. I mean, he has a swagger unmatched by few, right? And then she takes a look at her husband and she's like, man, this dude is ugly as sin. He's uglier in the back of a Ford Pinto. And then here I got this one. He's just so handsome. He's actually the kind of cat I'm cut for. Man, look here. Rise above. Do you know what a snitch is? A snitch is somebody that does a crime with somebody else and then tells on the person they did the crime with in order to get off of their time. When you tell on a dope house that's next door to you, that's being a concerned citizen. See, you probably came over here and you didn't even know what the fucking real clinical terminology was of snitch. Snitch is when you tell on somebody you know that you were involved in a crime with to get off the crime. Confidential means you do it quietly. I don't do it quietly. I do it wide out in the open. I put the shit on my YouTube pages. Come on, man. Rise above. Yeah, Jenna, I belong to them. You can't have me. Let me tell you what. Jody Sue got something to do with this shit. Who wants a dope house next to them? Rise Above does. Rise Above likes the people fucking knotted out on heroin on one side in the yard and other people looking for meth in the other side of the yard. Meanwhile, hookers just running down the fucking sidewalk in between. Rise Above is good with all that. I'm not good with none of that fuckery. I tried to fight every single dope dealer that lived over there. They were so pussy. They didn't want to fight. So I started calling the police on them. I figured I'd whip some ass and make them leave. They didn't want to fight. They want to hide inside and throw that Tongo blast bullshit. And I'm like, man, come outside with that gang shit. Boy, I'll put my foot in your ass. They didn't want that. I don't even know what you're talking about. Not sure about that, Benny. Oops, fat finger. Man, I just ain't even got time for you. Right? Beat it. Beat it, mosquito. Beat it, mosquito. You know, and it's only a person that does a 10-hour live in 52 minutes to tell somebody else they need a job. Oh. Yeah, man, I don't appreciate getting used, man. Let me take a few comments. Can't fix stupid. Nope. Oh, this is a comment for BTS Mike. BTS Mike text me on Thanksgiving. I thought I had his ass blocked, but I guess I didn't. And so he sent me a text and he was like, man, you know, dude, like I knew you wouldn't get past, you know, my charges and this and that. Like he never spoke on the fact that he tried to scam $3,000 for Chase for his dead mother who wasn't dead. And then he sent me a text, and then like 2 minutes later, he sent another text, and he's like, yeah, I really didn't expect a response from you. And then so the next morning, I was like, dude, who the fuck are you? Like, you send me some shit after you try to do all this fuckery online, you give me 2 minutes to read it, and then you come with that victim sorry, sad shit, like, yeah, I didn't expect for you to comment back. Like, nah, bitch, I was busy. And I gave you time in the morning. And when I gave you the time, it was like, you didn't want to talk about the bullshit. You wanted to talk about you and the sodomy of a 14-year-old girl. Man, that's old shit, man. That ain't my concern. My concern is you not wanting to talk about and you omitting the fact that you came here to scam $3,000 from Chase Brad for a funeral for a woman that was not dead. Right? moving forward from that, like, that's just it's also like it's also like UNT. I challenge all creators right now watching this. Damn, I just gleeked like a bitch. I challenge all content creators right now to make a short video asking Doug to show his legs. Because Doug knows the way that this internet works. He knows that if he doesn't do it for a couple of days, we'll move on to some other shit. I'm making videos about Doug's legs until Doug shows his legs. Until Doug makes a big deal about his legs, I'm going to make a big deal about his legs. I'm just going to keep going and going and going. But you, my friend, are going to talk about them fucking legs. Guess what? We'll get the skeptic scientists to talk about them legs. We will get you to show them legs. Just the way that I got you to show your legs. Jody Sue, I talked to your husband, Andy. Man, it's hell to tell the captain. You better tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what I'm telling you right now. You better tell the truth and shame the devil before I mess around and make it comfortable for Voldemort to come online. I can make it comfortable for him to come online. He got me blocked. Hell, he got me blocked for good for asking about them legs. He don't want to talk about them legs. That's case in point right there. If it weren't true, he wouldn't block nobody for talking about them legs. Not one person. He just ignore it or address it, right? But the fact that you don't address it and you keep blocking people that ask about it, that's the answer right there. That's the answer. Y'all remember when I got him to show his tattoos? Yeah. He showed his tattoos to me. If that's a lie, he'd show those legs. Absolutely. He showed them. Yeah, he showed them. Everybody's seen them. But he don't want to talk about it. He don't want to talk. He don't want to talk about it. So yeah, Jody Sue, you best just keep it 100, PI. For real, man. Keep it 100 because Voldemort ain't said shit. But I could get him to come on and talk. I'm certain I could. I know I could. It's bad, Jody Sue. See, I said on another channel last night, I was like, a lot of times women in addiction or women in tragedy or trauma, what they do is like when it's the worst, usually it seems, they'll reach out and they'll get an animal. They'll try to rescue some shit, feeling like if they're loving on something else and it reciprocates that love, then you know what they're going through right now isn't that bad. Well, holy shit, guys. You know how God just sometimes serves it to you? There's a red Tacoma. Just pulled in front of my house. Had a tracking dog in it and everything. Had not a Weimaraner, a Brittany bird dog hanging out the back window. So, when do we realize that Jody Sue just is making shit up? She just keeps making shit up for the next day. Or maybe she doesn't even make it up that far ahead. She makes it up right when they answered the question. Right? Thing is Jody Sue's smarter than all the creators she messes with. Jody Sue won't come over and mess around on no channel like mine where she knows she'll get hit with some critical thinking shit. She would never come over here, ever, not one time. but she'll go anywhere where they let lies and doxing and scamming happen. She'll always take it over there. Yeah, man, this shit is crazy out here, man. These people ain't shit. These people get all butt hurt in the butt when Benny puts their house online. But they don't ask the Wells, are you going to be upset if I put your children in your house online? They don't ask that. And so when I don't ask and I put their house online, they get upset. So that lets you know that Tiffany Marie and all them, they make the doxing rules. If they dox people and then get upset when they get doxed, holy shit, what do you call that? That's a hypocrite. Man, fuck you mean. A real one. A real one. Why do you think people run to show their face when they get doxed? What is it about getting doxed that makes people show their face? Why? Huh? Why? 15 minutes. It's a 15 minutes of fame. I heard JSB saying that she talks with Jenna, so what are they planning? She probably wants to be on live with Jenna's channel. I'm sure. And so this is what you know. Jenna, that bitch, she just texts me the dirtiest shit all the time. But if she goes over to Tiffany Marie's channel or she goes messing with Jody Sue, like me and you got a problem automatically. Right? Like you can't go mess with them and then claim neutrality when it comes over here, man. Fuck all of that. Like, guess what, Tiffany? I never even went hard on you for anything you done to me because you ain't never done shit to me. I went hard on you because of Jenna. I went hard on Ziggy because of Jenna. All of y'all can thank Jenna. I swear to God, that's why I done it. I went hard on y'all because of Jenna. I put y'all's houses online because of Jenna. That's why I did it. I harass her every day. I have every single number she ever calls from blocked. Every number. I don't even have a way to find Jenna. All Jenna does is call and hang up. Or when I'm online, she'll text. Like right now, I have my do not disturb on. As soon as I go off, and it'll be some ugly bullshit from Jenna. How do I know it's Jenna? Because it's always the same verbiage. She always calls my son a homosexual. She always talks about police and CPS backlash. Right? It's always Jenna. Jenna, man, I chose a long time ago not to make it hard on you because I realized you'll crack under the pressure. So I do what I do to your friends. Ziggy got Zillow because of Jenna. Understand me? Let Jenna do something else. I hope you do, Jenna. And I'll make the next call. Yeah, she says Jenna keeps calling my son, but she don't say it that way. She calls him a fucking F. The F word. My little 3-year-old boy. Jenna is Ziggy's bulldog. Guess what? Let her. I'm not gonna, look here. When you get bit by a dog, you don't sue the dog. You sue the owner. I'm suing the owner right now. Hoo-ah. You're the man, Jenna. Your husband's the hoe in that relationship. I'm from Slapahoe, Texas, and I'm feeling homesick. Shit. I'm serious, Jenna. I'm so sincere. Can't you see? Everywhere you go, I tear them up behind you. I'm doing it for you. That's it. Jenna, you keep on. Stacy B, please see. Stacy B, please seek help from a plastic surgeon specialist. You look like you need it. Just like I need it. Yeah, pink, I don't know. And see, it comes to that point where you're like, you want to put that online and show what Jenna says, but you can't say it because as soon as you put on what Jenna wants you to put it online, because as soon as you put it online, all of them can come tax that ass, right? Hell yeah. Let me tell you what, they want this drama. They want this drama. You want me to tell you how I know they want this drama? Because every time I put her house online, they don't never, ever, ever take the video down. Ziggy don't. Ziggy doesn't. She wants the shit to keep going. Ziggy, I've put enough shit with Ziggy's house online right now, she could get my whole channel taken down. But she won't. She won't. You want to know why? Because if I exist, Ziggy can still exist. Because everything has been stripped away from Ziggy, even her place to live. All she has left is this Ricky Lake show. Don't start on Jenner. She will pull her digger out. I make Ziggy relevant. I make Ziggy have all of these terrible things happen in her life that she needs help from. In fact, Ziggy, you should be thanking me. I made it a situation where your boyfriend doesn't want you there anymore, and now you've made a bunch of money. You should thank me. Instead, you're talking nasty about me, and I helped you. I helped all those other people help you get a bunch of money, and you're talking bad about me. How dare you? Don't you see all those people that did money, give you money or didn't give you money? They're watching. See, Ziggy just tore up somebody and called him a liar because somebody that gave her $39.98 felt like Ziggy didn't apologize to her. So Ziggy sent her money back and then made a community post saying, I don't even want your fucking money. You're a liar. I called you and I thanked you. Like, we're talking about $39. And this is how you get down over $39. You need the money. The lady from Australia that sent you the money, she didn't need it. You needed it. And as soon as you got it and somebody asked you to say thank you, you tell them fuck them and send them the money back. Jody Hughes, look here, man. Jody Sue didn't leave that man. She's a liar. That man left her. That man left the property and the house to get away from her. That ain't Voldemar's property. That's Voldemar's dad's property. So when Jody Sue was saying all this shit about having to talk to the fucking Jackie Dobbs' lawyer about the sale, that's a lie. That's a lie. Voldemort didn't talk to any lawyers about any land sale because guess what? His father is still very able to do that. Just lying for no reason. Let me tell you what. Just lying because she knows Voldemort, or she thinks Voldemort, won't come here and tell the truth. She thinks Voldemort won't come here and tell the truth. She knows Voldemort will come here and tell the truth. Well, if she didn't, she knows now. Right? Voldemort will come here and tell the truth. He left that woman. This is what happened. He left that woman. She couldn't eat anymore because he left. He left and went and you know, I don't know when he found another woman, but he did. It's not my business when he found her. It's not even my business that he's got a new one. It's not even Jody Sue's business he's got a new woman. But she makes it, right? So you can always go somewhere and lie about somebody when you know somebody ain't going to come back around and talk to the people you just lied on them about. Jody Sue could not eat. Her children could not eat because Voldemort left them there. We're talking about grown kids, you know what I'm saying, and a grown woman. All this time, this shit happened a long time ago, man, and you don't see nobody grab up no job. Nobody grabbing up no job. It's just people just living off the YouTube, right? It's the people living off the YouTube want to tell everybody else to get a job. Fuck you mean, get a job? Aren't you here because you don't have a job? I don't come here to make money. This ain't my job. Oh, shit. I ain't got time today. I got time today. For real, man. Remember all these things I'm telling you right now. If you don't remember that shit, man, go back and look at this shit again, man. Drama. They want this drama, right? Tiffany Marie, she actually doesn't want the drama. Because when I put her info out there, she snatched my video down. Yeah, the video got taken down. The one that I did about Tiffany. You remember when I called her and put her folks' house out there and all that? Because she was putting Summer's folks' house out there, right? So I felt like, you're putting Summer's folks' house out there. See about your folks' house out there. She didn't like that. She didn't like that at all. She took my video. Adrian won't take my video. Adrian wants to be looked upon as a victim. Ziggy, she wants to be a victim. Right? She wants me to make her a victim. TM only wants to report as should be. No, she's not reporting. Come on now. She's not reporting. You're missing all of everything that's happening with John Crimes if you think she's if she's reporting. Go look at John Crimes. Go look at John Hinged. You'll see what Tiffany's up to in the drama sector that we over here in True Crime don't necessarily know about, right? But John Crimes, he's bridging the gap. He's making sure all of us over here in True Crime can see about her too. Then Benny really made sure you could see about her. And she put her face out there subsequent to that. So I get it. A lot of people are mad at me for that because now they have to look at her face. And they realize she doesn't look anything like the fucking moniker. That person with the long hair and the eye, that is not, it's her. But it's not. Just like AB, right? His little moniker, and then you see his real face. Like, we've seen 18 faces of AB. AB, his face changes with the season, right? Like, holy shit, his face changes. Jenna is going to make her moves on Ziggy soon, LOL, saying we've been through a lot together, so I was thinking we can be in love. Bring that ass here, girl. What bothers me about TM is she never felt shamed or the need to apologize. That's right. Dude, I read Wells' thing. You were right on. Bob, I hope I wasn't right on. Oh, no. Bob, please don't tell me I was right on. But someone close to you likes the victim status too. Yeah, there's people all around. Bah. The YouTubers take turns with each other. Some of them, but not I, said the Mac. I run it. The reason why they hate me is because I make what they do bad. I make it wrong. Because it is wrong. Right? It's wrong. So when they're extra wrong and I'm a little bit wrong, they make me the wronger. I'm more wrong than them when I act out when they act out, right? Like when they're in the middle of some shit and then I show their house and I show their phone number, now they got a real problem. They got a problem all of a sudden now. But they don't got no problem sneaking around on Don or sneaking around on any of them and lying and becoming friends with them just so you can lie about shit online. Like, Jenna, you ain't told the truth about Dick yet because you keep saying all this shit they told you they done. Well, if it was true, don't you think they'd be arrested by now? Even just one of the things. Just bit other stuff, but that didn't even happen. That event did happen. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I told you that shit was going to come out on their channel the night and the morning before it came out. And then it came out and what? It was pretty much just like I said it was going to be. You got a bunch of women around Don trying to get famous off of Don. Jenna, Prairie Garden Sissy. You know what I'm saying? Like, will you please take this free Sasquatch trapping permit? I don't trap. If you got another kind, if you got a rifle permit, I'll bring a shooter down and we'll take care of it. I don't know, man. When they put my house online, you see me trip out? Maybe the very first time almost a year ago, it was like, ooh, that's uncomfortable. There's my house on a video. Oh, but I'll be hiding in the bushes, boy. Unshame me. I don't play with these. It'd be just like Ziggy to say she's in an abusive relationship because her man hits her back after she hits him first. Oh, he hits on me after I slap him first. I hit him like a man first, and then he fucking hits me right back. Oh, damn. You left out the whole part where you hit him first, Jody. You forgot. You hit him first sometimes. Come on, man. Jody Sue. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Jody Sue. Jody Sue can't even take care of Jody Sue good now. But she done fucked around and got a reptile. A very finicky reptile. Right? You got to do this, that, and the third in order to make sure the motherfucker keeps shitting and keeps eating and all that other good shit. Man, you got a lot going on and now you got a snake. It's obvious you're Wells' friend. Thank you, dude. You're welcome. I told you. Fuck, man. And you know what's a real trip to me? Let me speak on this for a minute, bro. Scam, bro. You didn't even handle the fucking Tennessee shit good. And now you're fucking around on a case in Utah? Bro. No, bro. You got to have a track record of doing shit right before you jump on and try to do this extra shit you got going on, because I feel like it's a money grab, bro. I feel like you're getting ready to go public. You haven't went public with the fact you're working in a case in Utah. I did that for you. I know you're telling people, influential people, that you're working on a case in Utah. But to me, it seems like it's fixing to be a money grab, bro. It seems like you're fixing to ask people in the GP, can you get some USD? Man, I hope not, bro. Because that's some old weird shit. Yeah, Gonzo's got Utah, Cam. Ease up with that shit, bro. Shit is weird. Like, bro, you done turned into a fucking weirdo, bro. All this shit you got going on behind the scenes. Don't think I don't know about you begging Cher not to put some stuff online. You know what I'm talking about, bro. You begged Cher not to put that shit online, and she didn't put it on there either, did she? What was it? It was some video. It was some video of Cam bashing the wells. That's what it was. Fuck it, man. All the gloves are off this morning. That's what it was. Hell yeah, man. Got some real weirdo shit going on, man. I'm sick of this shit, y'all weirdos. For very real. For very fucking real. Shit is weird, right? You start putting this shit together. Like, can you imagine? Like, imagine if ladies, I'm sure a lot of you have had sons or whatever that collect baseball cards or whatever. Can you imagine a pack of cards that you bought at the Walmart and it had all the fucking faces from this bullshit on a card in a pack all together, and then you turn it over and you like see the stats of each person? Like, fuck around and find out. I'm gonna make a Summer Well. I'm not gonna call it Summer Wells. I'm gonna call it the cast and crew of the Summer Wells playing cards. Like, you get on the back and you see all the connections, like Jody Sue and her snake and her boy she puts online. And then you go over and you look at the Scam and Scally cards. And then you go look at the Candace and the Don cards and the Tim Mullen cards. And any person you want, the Jenna cards and the Ziggy cards. And you just look at the fucking stats on this thing. You show right, killer. It'd be all jokers. It'd be a stack of jokers. You fucking right. McDonough, his dumb ass. McDonough. Man, come on, man. This is the sorriest shit. But you got to know, man, I'm real enough that I put myself on a card in there too. Man. Right? Be the quarterback of all of it. Quarterback and all this shit. Right? Benny says something. Go look at Doug. Doug's talking about the call. Doug can't come up with no fucking original content. Everybody is waiting for Benny to make a play, make a way. When I don't make a way, that's when they start with the fuck shit. Every time when I don't make the way for them. It is what it is, right? Like, what can, like, you can show proof, but then what? 2 hours later, they're on to something different and it doesn't even matter anymore. Guess what? They hate to love me. They're like, damn, that dude, holy fuck, man. Only thing we can say about him is he lives with his mom. For right now. But you said I was living with my mom when I was in my own house. Man, this shit is silly, man. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Man, and so, yeah, you just see the way it all plays out, right? Right? Hell yeah, it's video proof of Cam bashing the wells on a private stream. Go ask Share. Shit, it ain't my content, it's Share's. Fuck you mean? Oh, Amy. Hold on, Amy. There you go. Pew pew. Hey, too much, Mom. Pew pew. Yeah, man, so that's the real Chablis. That's the real Shabazz, man. Can you tell us why when the others have gotten their foot in the door with the wells, they turn on them? Why? Because they're not really there to help them. They're there to be famous. If I was here to be famous, oh boy, I'd protect these fucking channels like there's no tomorrow. Like there's never going to be another YouTube channel. Man, I throw these channels away like it ain't shit, like a soda can. Jenna probably lives in a shack and she talks about BK. She probably hasn't been touched all her life, so she talks about BK. Absolutely. I met him in Dallas, yeah. Of course. I met them in Dallas. They called me. They were like, Benny, we're in Dallas. Come over here. I came over. You think Jenna has an eggplant? Me too. Bigger one than her old man's. I realized that. Would they not be more famous in helping? Yes, they would. But it's that backwards ass thinking. Really what it is no patience. When you have no patience, that's when you screw somebody over for 50 bucks when you could have waited a week and screwed them over for 50K, right? They're in it for the small lick, for the right now. Man, like Killer said, man, I'm not worried about getting you right now. I'll be in the bushes, right? I'll hide in the bushes 17 days waiting for that lick. You understand me? I got patience. I got patience, right? I'll be the first one to tell somebody, man, I ain't got time today. Just because I don't want to. I ain't got time today. But then guess what? Wake up in the morning one morning and just post the money bag, yo, like, I got time today. Right? I didn't post the money bag, yo, today. But I got time today. Right? Well, here we are, hour and 36 minutes. Why lick at all, though? Horse head in your bed. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, on some Godfather shit, man. Anybody who support people who calls kids names like that is a sick POS. Yeah, Don. Jody, put your phone number out on Facebook. It's funny because I haven't got not one call. Jody Sue is just like, so if when Benny comes on, look, if Benny was wrong about what I've been saying about Voldemort, she'd just say Benny's wrong. But guess what? She has to act, right? Benny's so right, we have to act. We have to put his phone number online. Like, let me tell you what, Jody, anybody who's anybody down there that needs to know my number, like, they already got it. What you need to do, Jody Sue, let me tell you what's so funny about Jody Sue's situation. She'll put that number out, but she won't never fucking call it, will she? She's scared to call that number. Jody Sue's scared to have a real conversation with me other than anything text because she knows she can't stand up to it. Right? That's cute, Jody. That's cute. How about I put your husband online? Have him tell the truth, right? Have him tell the truth that both of y'all are domestic abuse survivors. He survived abuse from you and you survived abuse from him. You fucking liar, you. It's true. She wants to keep talking and telling everybody how she left the abuser. She did not leave the abuser. He was being abused as well, and he left her. Come on, man. Yeah, she don't want that. Jody and Jenna are both scared of being called out. Hell yeah, they are. They'll go on anybody's channel except for mine. Why? I'll give you the chance to come over on my channel and call me all the bad homosexual names you want to call me. But then we got to have a talk. You don't want that talk. You want the front part. You want the part where you can talk crazy to me and call me gay and all this other shit. Call me gay, but I run y'all's old men down through there with the hammer time. Can't drive Uber without a license. They ask for proof to hire on with Uber. You're exactly correct. That's why I keep my license. That's why I keep this old license right here. Right here. What does that say? Driver's license. When does it expire? Oh, shit. 26. Right. It's good. Put Lene on her panel. I don't give a shit. Last time Lene got on somebody's panel, she lost her child. That should tell you everything about what she has to say. My son is gay. Benny definitely isn't. There you go. Yeah, I drove straight to the police station and told them I didn't have my license with me. They didn't take me to jail or give me a ticket. Even if I was gay, okay, I'm gay. And I got a wife who puts up with me being gay. Okay. Lene, Ziggy. I got green eyes too. See them? They're green sometimes. Hell yeah, man. Why wouldn't Jody Sue trying to get a scientist on her fucking panel? Or a lawyer? Or a criminal defense expert? Or, you know, anybody like professional and legitimate? Why wouldn't she try to get somebody like that on her channel? Because they won't come. She can't even entertain that type of topic, right? Yeah, I guess if you listen to them, I'm a gay man who's married to a woman, just had a baby, and my wife is completely cool with all of that gay shit. Like, she is totally cool with the gay shit. I guess Lene is the only problem, was the only one that had a problem being in a relationship with a gay dude. But my wife doesn't have a problem at all. She loves this gay guy. I love gay people. My sister's gay. I have a first cousin that's gay. I have a nephew that's gay. I love gay people. But it's not trendy to be gay. You're born that way, right? Or through a series of hard circumstances. Sometimes people lose track of their self and their sexuality, and and it becomes a really strange dynamic. But I mean, these people there's just thousands of people that are okay with gay bashing and okay with victim bashing and victim doxing. Like, people will tell you it's not doxing if their child's missing and the police are involved and all that other shit. You can put their house online. You can put the schematic to their house online. You can put their missing children online. You can put their CPS taken children online. Like, you could put every square inch of everybody's shit online. Because they're a victim. Tiffany and Ziggy, they have rights not to be doxxed, though, because they're not a victim of anything. Guess what? Lene's daughter is bi. And I say Lene's daughter because I signed the birth certificate, but I left Lene because 2 times really early on after that child was born, she told me it wasn't mine. But I'd already signed. I've never done any, and that's it, Josh. That's why my daughter hates me. Because her mother tells her that I'm not hers. But then when her mother's done with her, Josh, she says, go see your dad. And then guess what? Her dad looks like my face. But she's been told her whole life I'm not her dad. And I've been told she's not my daughter. It only is good play on YouTube, right? Why am I a little bit behind on some child support? Well, when I became disabled, there was a period of time, Josh, where I didn't have a steady income to pay anything, Josh. I wasn't married. I was single. I could just scratch by, Josh. And during that time, Josh, I got behind on child support. Quite naturally, I didn't have a job for 2 years. I got 2 years behind, dude. That's how much child support I'm supposed to be paying, dude. That much, that I could get behind that much that quickly. So that tells you how much I was paying the whole time before that, man. People are silly. Silly. See, I don't even have to tell you guys anything you don't know about these people, because they're going to tell you themselves. Thank you, No Quarter. I don't have to prove anything to anyone, but it's just it's so oxymoronic, the conversations these people want to have with me behind the scenes. Like the lab, holy cow, the lab, that dude will email with me. I mean, I can raise him anytime. I just say, fuck you, Josh, and he'll email me right back. Or I'll say, hey, Josh, you're gay, Josh. And then he'll email me right back. And then I can keep him going. Like I'm kryptonite to Josh at the lab. He cannot say no to me. He has lost the power of choice when it comes to interacting with Benny Keys. I can reach him anytime, any place, anywhere. He could be making love, which I highly doubt he does anymore, but he could lie to you and say he was making love, but he'll stop it and take an email from me. I give my email to Josh, or I give my phone number to Josh every email. Josh won't call me. Josh is scared of the intelligence too, right? What is in it for you to do that, Benny? Nothing. There's nothing in it. Josh has a man crush. He does. On me and Doug. Josh is poly attracted to many men online. Madonna, drug, me. He had an infatuation with Griff too for a while. Like, a tiny egg-shaped man. He is. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Josh needs to wake up. No. Josh wants to be right there. Josh is making, he's making a concerted, conscious effort to stay right there where he's at. He was drooling for the first time he met Madonna. He was. Don B. Jr. Yeah, like, yeah, when you think about Don B's playing card, the back, like Don B's highlight stat is called Benny one time in life and told him about the suppression of his stepson's sexual assault. Hell yeah, he needs to do his own thing, but he can't. Killer. Josh and Doug, they're codependent. They need each other. They can't get by without each other. He brought this on himself. I tried to tell him. Clickbaiting. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let me tell you about Josh, man. Josh's wife left him because of the shit on YouTube. Doesn't nobody know that? She left him. That's what I gather from him, not from nobody else, from him. He's not in that situation no more. She's with somebody else. I guess it's not really fair for me to say that it's YouTube related, because I'm in the same boat, right? Portion of why my wife is tired is because of, the YouTube shit. Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, come on. Do you believe? Look how nasty I've ever got online. And my wife doesn't want nothing to do with that. Do you think actually, like, come on. If there was a woman in Josh's life, and especially if she was African American, like everyone says she is, she would only watch about 10 minutes of that shit to realize the person that my husband prefers to spend his off time with is Doug. Right? For real. Like, my wife was not enthused with me dealing with Doug, and this was before, I didn't find out about the 1488 stuff until way after I stopped dealing with Doug. I actually heard it on an AV Watchman video. AV Watchman was like, yeah, Doug's got 1488 on the back of his legs, yada, yada, yada. Well, I didn't even know about the 1488, because guess what? 1488 isn't what they identify here in Texas as, right? You don't see 1488 in the penal system here. You see, you know, the AB, right? Or the AB squared, or, you know, it's lots of the AB, the Aryan Brotherhood, right? So that's very selective to like historical penitentiary life in California. 1488, it is a California thing. It is not a worldwide thing, right? So it stands to reason that the man has his two favorite numbers in the whole world, got him in a penitentiary where historically they used those four numbers, you know, to identify as a hate monger. It's interesting. It is what it is. I'm not making it up. I know why he was locked up. Hey, let me tell you this. We've all seen the blunders of Doug, right? No, we have. Try to find his background. I dare you. I'll wait. You can't find Doug's background. I don't know why. It has me really suspicious. But what it has me suspicious about is the fact that Doug, in 1998, Doug got involved in a hazing incident. Doug's a wrestler. Doug got involved in a hazing incident where, well, Doug's dad is a sheriff, right? So Doug's dad came on. He's the only parent that stepped out. He wanted to be in front of the news, and he got on the news to say that his son was not involved in the hazing incident. They discussed, and this is in the LA Times. Look it up. Look it up. So what was happening was that wrestlers, a select group, they had named a mop, you know, a mop that you mop with. They had named a mop that they kept in the gym. They had made it a hazing mascot named Pedro. And what they would do is they would take weaker school kids and they would take them in the gym and they would pin them down on the mats. And then they would take Pedro, who is the broomstick, and they would prod their, it's what it says in the article, prod their buttocks. They were putting the broom handle in these students' butts. Well, how it got exposed was that the wrestlers were getting ready to do it to a girl. And the girl, you know, I guess enough stank was raised that some wrestlers intervened and stopped them from doing that. But somehow Doug's name is involved in that, right? So we've all seen Doug go to jail all these different times on YouTube. We know he has a criminal past. We know Doug got in trouble for felony threats at the AV hospital. We also know that Doug got arrested for some trespassing in Cal City, so on and so forth. Like, we know Doug has a criminal record. Why can't you find it? I know his birthday. I know his middle name. I can find his dad. I can find his brothers. But you cannot find Doug anywhere. And it's the strangest thing, because I know, like, Doug told me he was in prison for 2 years for taking a gun charge for a meth cook, right? A racist meth cook. And said he was at the Pasco unit. You can't find no proof of nothing, not one arrest. You can't pay to have that sort of erased like that, right? You can adjudicate things, you can expunge things, but he's like on active, like, and you can only expunge things so long after your disposition, right? After the last day of your incarceration or the last day of your community supervision, whether it be parole, you know, probation, whatever, drug court, whatever, right? So Doug has many crimes that he's committed that they're not to the expunge date yet. He would be stuck with them, right? So you can't find him, background check, nowhere. Why? You can find mine on like 8,700 different places. Not Doug's. And I'm like, hold on, man. Like, you've told me Pasco unit took a gun charge for a meth cook, 1488. Like, you know, like, you've got this whole extensive, like, I can't find it. And this is my issue. Well, why does all this matter, Benny? It matters because you've told me a whole story that would make sense as to why you have these tattoos on your legs, but I can't find any proof that you ever went to prison, bro. So the only thing left to try to, I guess the only thing left to believe is that you got those tattoos on the outside, bro. Those aren't prison tattoos. They're not even finished tattoos. So it starts to look like you were just doing some race hating on the outside, bro. Like, maybe you never even went to prison. Yes, Mandy, it does follow. It's called an alias, right? You could have 50 aliases legally, but it's not a way to escape your background at all. It isn't, right? His dad is a Hutton, yeah. So it's just like, no artist would put those on him. Correct. Not in that font. Like, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a professional tattoo on the a tattooer on the outside that is gonna drive race hate. There's a lot of tattooers out there that won't put them on your hands or on your faces, let alone they're called job stoppers, right? These are job stoppers, right? Like, they won't even be involved in that, let alone be in the free world, but be given Hail Hitler tattoos. It don't work like that. I mean, it could in Doug's situation, but man, it's like, it starts to look like it's something else. Like, his dad is covered up some really ugly shit Doug's been involved in, right? I don't know what it is, but there's a reason why Doug is so comfortable doing what he does, because he knows no one can find out about him, right? I don't know if there's a way, like, I don't know if there's a way Doug could be involved in some really bad shit, but it not be able to pop up. I don't know about that. It seems like some old secret squirrel shit, right? Like, bro, you're a criminal. You told us you're a criminal, but we can't find no proof. We don't want to validate you as a criminal. We want to unvalidate it, right? It would still pop up. It would still pop up. He's not affiliated, no. He wanted to be affiliated. That's what it seems like. I can't call it, man. You can look up my shit. You can even look up my alias. One time the police spelled my name wrong and put a whole set of charges on the wrong name. And it took them like 8 years. I operated underneath them 2 names. It depended on what I had going on each name. If I was over here, I'd put it on this name, right? And it would slack up different, right? But once they caught up to it, oh yeah, they just dumped everything onto one name. Because it was a drug's dad probably had it dismissed and pushed under the carpet. LE can and will for family. Dirty LE. Yes. It's strange, man. It's so strange. Like, you cannot, like, I've paid to get his information. Like, I paid to get everybody else's. You can't even pay to get his shit. You can't even pay to get Doug's shit. No. Doug's on active probation for the same shit AV Watchman is on probation for right now. Right? He's on probation for the shit right now. So is AV Watchman, LA County, probation, adult probation, felony probation, man. It says in the news right there. They were arrested for each of them $50,000 bond, $50,000 charge. So they made away and got out, but they didn't pay for that shit to go away. Yeah, man. If his dad is an LE, that shit has been scrubbed. It's been scrubbed. And I want to know why, because what was on there that made Doug get it scrubbed? I'm not lying to you. Go try to find it. If you got one of those Intellis or background checkers, man, it don't matter what you pay for. You can't find his background. I promise you. You cannot find it. I don't know, Mark. That's what I start to wonder. That's what I start to wonder, Mark. Like, why can't we find your background? It's something on there you're ashamed of. It's something on there you're ashamed of, bro. I don't know what it is because I can't see it, but you can't find it. He probably did. So, yeah, it's not gangster. No, bro. No. It's something on there. But got out as an adult. I don't know. Expunged it for a price. Probably. He drinks to excess for a reason. Not for, and let me tell you what. This isn't my business. AB got deep into it. Allegedly, Doug says he has PTSD because he was security at a bar where a gunman came in and shot 5 different people, killed them, and Doug witnessed it all. That's why he says he has PTSD. So AB went deep into it, and they can find no connection between that shooting and Douglas whatsoever, period, point blank, nothing, right? So it is a strange situation, right? It's a really strange situation. Do you and Steve not get along? Steve's a crook. Hell no, I don't get along with him. I don't get along with any crooks. No. See, Steve was tied in with them LV United people, and then it came out, Steve, he exposed them for being sex traffickers. A pimp, being a pimp is a sex trafficker, right? So then they kind of went on and said, well, it's not really actually like sex trafficking, it's like online. And so then they went dark for a long time, right? They're back on now. Go look. LV United, we stand. They're back on now. But, and you can also look it up. There's a channel called AV Watchmen United We Scam. On that channel, it has AV Watchmen busting them out as sex traffickers. And then like a bunch of people called the FBI on live and turned them in for being sex traffickers and shit. You know what I mean? But what they were doing was they were fun, and it all came out. I put the pressure on it, right? AV Watchman was taking the pimp money. Like LV United was the bank. He was getting all this pimp money from them. And then once I found out what was going on, I went online and I exposed it. I was like, they tried to, LV United and them tried to sell their services to like a city councilman in Cal City that also owns a gun store and a weed dispensary and, you know, allegedly has this past of procuring escorts. So this man was like, yeah, I need some girls, you know, his dispensary grand opening. I need some girls for the dispensary grand opening. And LV United and them went over there and was like, shit, we got hoes, we got bitches. That's what they said to him. And they thought nobody heard it. So, yeah, so, I mean, these people are all tucked into this stuff everywhere. It's a reason why people are here doing their business instead of somewhere else, right? Like, I assure you, at some point, I hope that I can make it to the end of this Summer Wells case because, man, I just can't keep doing this stuff. This stuff it's lame. It's super duper lame. right? Like, it's so lame. It's stupid, right? Like, it's not even a place, like, it's not safe to come here at all, man. At all. It's not, man. These people would tear up subscribers and commenters and all that stuff too, and dox them and put their business out there in the street. Man, this shit is stupid. It's super lame. Man, and I just, you know what? I hope a lot of you see it the way, like, I've just used it to serve medicine, really, right? Like, to serve the truth, and then also to stop the bullshit, right? But I can't do it too much longer. I can't do it too much longer, man. This shit is so obtuse. It don't even make sense, right? And what happens is these people, they stay here so long, their mind gets all twisted up, right? And then they offend in their real life based on this fucking YouTube shit, right? Like, look at AB. Man, he's still telling people to email him about CBD cookies. He knows he can't sell no CBD cookies either. He just can't. But you get addicted to the feelings here, right? Like, and a lot of it is we just get addicted to feeling aggressive, attacking somebody. Like, we like the way that feels. And then when, you know, in real life, we would have people telling us, man, kill that, bro. Fuck them, bro. Just leave them alone, bro. Just keep on your hustle, bro. But here they're like, oh no, go. Get to the worst of it. Hurry. And you succumb to that. You really succumb all the way to that. And then it's like, it's this perpetual motion that never stops. And the only way you can break the perpetual nature of this is to remove yourself. That's it. And see, but let me tell you what, if you're here for the money, oh, it's almost impossible. It is damn near impossible to leave this fucking situation, because you got payments behind this bullshit here. And these people realize is that the nastier and the more negative they get, the more shit that they can afford in their real life. It's people you can't go to college and make the kind of money Doug makes on YouTube. Fuck you mean. You know what I'm saying? For real. You can't do it. Let me tell you what, Tiffany Marie, she's on disability. Don't you know that, like, the average you can make while you're on disability extra from what they give you is $1,100 a month. You can't tell me she makes less than $1,100 a month. There's no way. That's why, that's the second reason why I won't monetize this shit. First of all, is I won't exploit a child in that way. Secondly, you're not about to play with my disability. Not behind no bullshit on here. Fuck no. No way, Jose. Right? I'm not fucking up my disability money or any of my beliefs or anything else for this YouTube. Yeah, man. Look here, if the shit is too much, leave. Like, I'm on my way out right now. I can't even do it anymore. Like, I can't. This shit is ultra disrespectful. There is nothing real in the game about any of this shit. It is all fake. You cannot even behave the way you do here in real life. Somebody will mollywop you. So it's just somewhere, like, I act like this in real life. A lot of you seen me do it. These other people can't do that, man. And guess what? You can't play straight up and down in a crooked game. You got to be crooked to survive in a crooked game. Right? Also the old one, like, if you want to play with fire, you better be a master of fire. A master. Right? For real. Yeah, you're right, Killer. Like, I do music too, bro. I produce, do music videos. I've been doing it since 1996, 97, just kind of through the phases, you know, make beats, all that, mixing, mastering. Anyways, guys, I've been on here long enough, man. No, so guess what? It's really easy for me to leave. Man, shit, you know how easy it is for me to leave? I don't get on here and mope and cry when I lose a channel. For what? I didn't lose nothing. Only thing I lose is my videos. Right? Like, if I hadn't lost my other channel, we'd still have the videos of Doug and his legs. But because I lost it, I don't. So, yeah, man, I'm going to get on with my day. I hope that all of y'all have a fruitful, bountiful day. Please be nice to somebody today, man. Shit. Good night, team strategy, right? Like, let's get back to a team strategy, man. Love all of you guys. Remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Thank you.